And thanks for tuning in as our continued live coverage of CMA Industry Week Day 5 continues as we're showcasing BB distribution. Let's go ahead and bring on direct and live from BB headquarters. Oh, who do I have with me?
Hey, Ben.
What's going on, Jeff?
Not too much, man. You?
Well, great.
Hello.
Oh, there you are. You bastard. I was wondering. Oh, my God. I thought Justin was supposed to be on. There you are. What's going on, guys?
What's going on, dude?
Well, here we are again.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I don't know what we're supposed to be doing on this one. I'm kind of taking lead on this one. You changed it up on me.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's going to be a little bit different. You know, there's been so much cool information this week from everyone, and I feel like maybe everyone's starting to get a little bit, brain busted and tired. So we're just going to have a couple real cool cats in the industry, a couple industry powerhouses, just hang out with us for the next 20 minutes and just talk about maybe some of the struggles, some of the products, and some of the direction that they're going. I'm talking, obviously, JVC Kenwood, Mr. Glenn Swackhammer, and then I'm talking Sirius XM with Mr. Ricky Lima to tune in with us. So between me, Jeff, and them, we're just going to have a fun little round table. And just, it's Friday night. Everyone get loose,
If you told me this early, I would have prepared some better beverages for myself. But anyhow, all right. I like the idea. I'm down with the concept. Let's do
something.
All right. So who did you say? Oh, yeah. Right. I know these guys. So from JVC Kenwood, let's go on and bring in the Schwackhammer himself. Oh, God. I can't even be serious with this.
Yes.
Keeping it cool over here, guys. Just keeping it cool.
What's going on, Glenn?
Not much, guys. How you doing?
Oh, feeling really good. And I guess there's one more spot on the screen. Let's go get him in. Ricky Lima from Sirius XM. What's up, Rick?
My girls are asleep.
Oh.
Oh, God. It's BB After Hours on CMA Industry Week. That's what we're doing.
It's like Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah. Hey, before we get started, guys, I just got to say something. Ben, nice shirt.
I was just going to say the same thing about you. I don't know where you get your threads, but...
I mean, it'd be pretty cool if we had one of those.
It would be.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can send some hats your way.
Thanks for starting with that.
There we go.
We'll start with the hats.
Absolutely cool. So, Justin, you mentioned that these two are pretty big players in the game across the board, across the industry, and you're right. They touch so many different people. Well, that didn't come out right. They touch so many different other brands and distributors. Oh, I don't know how we're going to get through this.
Ben, this is recorded. I want to keep my job.
Bro, it's worse than that. It's live right now. Like everybody's watching right now, live. It's getting more viewers as we go. Yeah. So Justin, I'm gonna. You know what? You're hosting this segment. This is all you, bud.
Nice. Yeah. So first off, guys, I just want to say thank you from all of us at BB Distribution for being such great partners with us. And like I said to both of you, 2020 was a strange year. Everything from down to supply chains to sales to market closing and shutdowns. So. I just want to say thank you guys for always having our back over here at BB Distribution and being such great partners for us. But we just pretty much wanted to bring you on tonight, guys, just to see, you guys are such an integral part of the industry, the way that Sirius does, honestly, business and the service that they provide to their customers and the amount of involvement you have in the industry. And the same thing that kind of goes for Glenn. And JVC Kenwood. I mean, you guys are the front runners in head unit manufacturers for sure in Canada. Like without my mind, I don't think there's a doubt in that one. And the brand confidence in both of these brands is pretty fantastic. And we're super happy to be able to sell them and provide them to a service of all our dealers. So we just want to get your kind of thoughts on the last year and your idea, your direction, your 2021 end goals, end game kind of thing like that.
Why don't we start with Glenn? Let's start with Glenn on that one.
Sure. I mean, yeah, listen, 2020 was a bizarre year, right? I mean, who knew that car audio would emerge out of the ashes that it was and be such a huge demand. For us, it's just still absolutely crazy how much demand is there. It's challenging though, right? Like that's, I think, what we're going through right now. Justin, we spoke on this, like getting the product is really the challenging issue, a challenging topic. I think see Outlook just put something out this week, saying that there's yet another fire at another semiconductor factory. Like you can't write this stuff. You could not imagine this story and script this story to unfold the way it has the past year, really. And all we can do is just work with our manufacturers, work with our we're being direct with Japan. We have obviously a close relationship. We have basically information coming in all the time, so we're just doing our best really to try to solve that supply chain issue and get product into the industry. But it's challenging, and it's not just our manufacturing; it's all the touch points. You're talking about the guy that builds the resistor or the circuit board or the capacitor. Everything along the way is delayed and is challenged or has shortages or has logistic issues. And so what we're seeing on our end, especially trying to ship to Canada, which was typically the furthest port, away from manufacturing, is it takes way longer than anyone wants or expects. But, I think over the next few months, we'll start to really turn things around, and hopefully this new news with the chip fire doesn't have a greater impact than it has. But I think after a few months of some interesting things, we're going to have a really good season. We're going to have a really good 2021.
Yeah, that's really cool. I actually want you to touch on a little bit. How have you noticed the market in kind of relation to these new badass 10-inch tablet style head units? I think they're kind of going like wildfire. They're pretty cool. I personally think the JVC one is my favorite.
Oh, by far.
By far. Well,
thank you.
I kind of want to know, like, how have you noticed sales and the spike in this, because it really is a cool thing. It's giving you that aftermarket yet OEM style look in the vehicle, which is really, really cool.
Well, and for us, like we were kind of late to the game. We launched our big floating screen in September of 2020. So we were kind of like, the last manufacturer to come out with it. I think we kind of underestimated how popular the demand was. I mean, these are not inexpensive products. Like, this is the premium level of the price point, but you're getting the absolute premium quality. Like, it's every single bell and whistle and feature that you could possibly think of in these screens. The setup capability to do anything in terms of the screen layout and just the adjustability, flexibility of that. It's absolutely unbelievable. So now that we're actually heading into season, I see this even, getting even more popular than it already is. It's vastly popular right now, but it's just going to get even more demand.
If I could compliment that statement right there, I think Kenwood also JVC rather did a great job. If you look back in the archives, they went on an hour segment just talking about the features and benefits from the bigger is better 10-inch screen and up. And like, to Glenn's point, not only are the buttons and the features, the resolution, and more importantly, the possibility of integrating everything you can possibly imagine in one place.
Especially serious.
Especially serious.
I'll take that.
On that note, I'll give you a fun fact about our partnership. Okay, we have 56 head units in our lineup. That's JVC and Kenwood combined, and 48 are Sirius XM compatible. So that's a pretty strong stat.
I did that, by the way.
Yeah, that's all you, Rick. I know you did that.
Yeah, and I mean,
he's the engineer on it.
Yeah,
that's what's kind of cool, is because both of you guys are covering kind of two solutions. You know what I mean? You're getting away from, I don't want to say getting away from the traditional head unit market, but you're elevating the game when it comes to these premium units. And then you got Sirius XM, which is, partnering with VAIS technologies to allow you to integrate a much more OEM style of Sirius XM into some newer vehicles that you maybe cannot change the head unit, right? Or there's just too much data at the moment to be able to, pursue that. And Sirius is always changing and creating opportunities, which is really cool to get a really, really strong, reliable product into the hands of consumers and dealers, I think, which is really awesome. So I think it really is, a match made in heaven, and it is really important. And what are your thoughts on kind of 2020 there, Ricky?
I mean, 2020 certainly was an interesting year. There was a lot of ups and downs for, I mean, so many different industries. You know, we certainly as a company, we're keeping a close eye on the total impact, because I mean, as a subscriber perspective, the company actually did pretty well in 2020, and heading into 2021, you know, we got a pretty good kickstart, because if you think about it, people are staying home. People aren't publicly transiting anymore. They're driving more. They're spending more time in their vehicle. They're spending more time at home. They're looking for entertainment, and we continue to deliver that. So from that perspective, it went, you know, things have gone pretty well. Where we have felt the pinch has been around what this did for the car dealers, you know, for those that had to shut down their shops, you know, temporarily and install new things to be able to cater to customers, and with the, you know, issues on the chipset side, which has impacted SiriusXM a little bit. But from a head unit perspective, I mean, like, we are like this, tied like this with partners like JVC and Kenwood, right? And if there's an issue, or if there's a supply issue on their side, it's going to have an impact on us. Which is why it's really important for us to continue to drive the message home too, that, you know, we are not a hardware manufacturer. We're a content provider. So whether you're getting it through SiriusXM SXV300 with a head unit, or with a VAIS tuner, or streaming on your phone, or an aftermarket plug and play radio, or even factory equipped in your vehicle, we want to give you the capabilities of listening to our content. So, I mean, it's kind of been up and down. You know, I really feel for so many different industries that have taken a huge hit, you know, especially in the food industry too. I mean, the other area which I do oversee a little bit on the Canadian side is the music for business perspective. We have service that's licensed with SOCAN and resound fees, so that you're fully covered in your restaurant or hotel or bar, and that industry has taken you know, a beating. So it's been tough, but I mean, overall we've done pretty well. But looking forward to the recovery and being able to get out on the road, being able to see my distributors not just through a computer, but, you know, one-on-one. I've talked to Jeff about this a lot. I'm really looking forward to getting out west, getting out on the road with you guys and doing some store visits and dealer visits, shaking hands or pump fisting, whatever we need to do just to get things back to normal. I mean, I think the world needs that.
I agree.
Yeah,
with that,
totally.
sure.
And, you know, I would say, you know, not just entertainment, I would say Sirius is crucial for information. And, you know, in a time like this, you know, this pandemic, I'm sure everyone's getting worn and tired of it. Information, correct information is worth its weight in gold. And I mean, speaking of partnership, I mean, let's take this, and we're going to give this away to a lucky viewer. You know, a KWM 650 BT with Sirius XM tuner, and a 1-year subscription provided courtesy of Sirius XM to all you guys out there. So make sure you guys email the code. We'll be doing the draw live on our Facebook page on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Mountain, 2 p.m. Eastern. So
exciting.
You know,
I love it.
That's awesome.
Thank you guys. Yes. Yeah. We really appreciate it. I can't say enough about these two brands. It makes it easy for us when we don't have to second guess. You know, we move a lot of brands and we move a lot of boxes through our building. And it's really nice when we look on the warranty aspect side of things and the support side of things on this to push it through, and know that with brands like JVC and brands like SiriusXM that we essentially have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's super solid, and we look forward to kind of just keep going, you know, and keep moving forward and throw 2020 in the dust. And, you know, one thing that came out of 2020 was in the latter half, you know, Ben and I have talked about it a little bit. It's like, it's almost like 1999 right now. And car payday, right? Like, it's people have some dollars to spend, and it's back. Like, we're an excitement based industry. You know what I mean? Maybe a little bit not like you're maybe a little bit more crucial on SiriusXM because of the type of information you can deliver into certain locations. But, you know, car audio in general is an excitement-based industry. And it's really cool to see that people are making the choice with a couple extra dollars that they have to kind of jump back in and fuel their passions. And, you know, I think the JVC lineup itself, with the way that the user interface is, and I would almost say that the JVC is probably like the most hip style, you know, graphical user interface out there, right? It caters to a lot of things. You virtually do cover a lot of aspects. Like, you really do feature pack these head units. So you want to tell us a little bit about that, Glenn? Like, you just kind of the mentality behind JVC on that one?
Yeah, I mean, this brand, I mean, it's known as the fun, playful, unique brand. Like, it, you know, it sets itself apart with just how flashy, how cosmetically appealing it is. You know, one of the things too, even just on our marine line, one of the things we do differently, you know, obviously you can do variable color and whatnot, but it's this black face panel. So the black trim ring, the black face panel that we offer in the motorcycle industry, this is massive. Like, they absolutely love this look, because if you think about, you know, a water or moisture resistant product, everyone that's doing a marine head unit, it's white, it's silver or silver and black. It doesn't match the bike. Right, most bikes will have, you know, some kind of black housing, black cosmetics, and, you know, that is absolutely sought after. When it comes to our multimedia head units, you know, the gesture control. So basically, as long as I can find the screen as I'm driving down the road, you can actually just draw, you know, a circle and do the volume. You can do track up and down. You can do folders or channels up and down. You can actually change the style of the layout of the unit itself. The Z1000, that 10.1 inch screen that you have there, that thing is insane in terms of how it looks. You know, that box does it no justice in terms of the look. It looks cool visually, but when you actually play with it and what it can actually do, what it can bring to you, it's like almost endless. So you could spend probably half an hour just playing with all the different settings and color variations and everything that it offers. It's so cool. And, you know, that's not just on the 10.1. That's on the rest of the lineup. 10.1 just kind of kicks it up a notch with how many features or how many options it really has. But yeah, this is absolutely by far like the fun brand. You know, and the other thing too, like I've realized, you know, through this whole pandemic, you know, when things first kind of hit in April and no one's driving their vehicle, no one's going to work, and you're kind of thinking to yourself like, man, I wake up and sell car audio for a living, right? So if no one's driving a vehicle, like, what the heck is my future here? What is going on with this industry? Yeah, totally. Well, one of the things that emerged, you know, once we kind of hit May, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, it just got busier and busier as the year went on. And, you know, entertainment, it's I always looked at it as a want. You know, you want car audio, you want something cool, something flashy in your dash. This is a need. You know, in this kind of time, people need an outlet. And they need to be entertained. They're not getting entertained by going to concerts or you know, sporting events or doing the things they love. So this is a new form of entertainment, and it's absolutely a need, you know, for the Canadian industry, for the Canadian consumer, right now. So it's, you know, that's something that's totally changed my perspective, my outlook on things.
Yeah, very, very true. I think you're 100% right, and that's actually one thing that I want to touch on with Ricky for a little bit is I think there's maybe a lot of dealers that are kind of, you know, maybe have blinders on as to Sirius XM and car audio, and they think that's where Sirius XM lives. But I mean, you do so much when it comes down to what Sirius XM provides to dealers and in certain different market verticals, that maybe you could elaborate on that to just let dealers know that it doesn't always just have to be about car audio. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I see you posting those delicious food pictures on Instagram all the time when you're out traveling at air shows. And like, the fact that you have something to do in the aviation industry was a complete eye opener to me. And I think a lot of dealers are maybe shy on what Sirius XM actually has to offer them as a whole.
And Ricky, just for a time check, we have about 2 minutes, and I'd love for you to close out on that.
So what I would say in a Coles Notes version is really go back to the training session that we ran through on day one, just to go through all the dealer benefits, because at the end of the day, again, we are a content provider, and there's different ways that we can provide content, whether it's in your car, whether it's on your boat, whether it's on your bike. We have different ways for you to listen. but it's all about the content. And we want to make sure that it's fun for the dealers. We want to provide you with all the POS materials that you need. We want to provide you with demo service so you can show your customers. We want to get you some free service so you can listen to it yourself. Because when you take your experience from work, on the road, and back home, and you're listening to it all the time, and you're connected to it, it's going to make it that much easier for you to sell it. It's not even about selling it. It's just hand-holding somebody to say, here, this is what you want. And again, we're not trading dollars with any other category, right? So, to add an SXV300 to any head unit that's Series XM ready, I mean, it's so simple. And this is my mission over the next, coming out of COVID, my mission is to get out there in front of so many and make sure that they are comfortable with just positioning Series XM as a reflex.
Very good.
Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense. Glenn and Ricky, of course, I expected no less than you guys to be perfectly executing, dropping the knowledge and making it entertaining at the same time. Justin,
yes,
bro, you want to replace me for the next few days because I was nice. It was nice just resting and watching you go there. I don't know.
You deserve the rest, buddy.
I appreciate it. You notice I wasn't fighting you to host there. I just want to say something to Glenn. Justin had mentioned how there's kind of a resurgence and a renaissance in car audio, and those that were back in the heyday. Mm-hmm. And you were mentioning 1999. Well, in 2003, I know exactly where I was, and it was with that guy right there. And we were literally touring across the country doing car shows and showing off car audio because it was freaking a blast to do. And that's what I miss. I miss doing that. I just miss hanging out with like-minded, passionate people, traveling, and just enjoying, taking it in. So that's it. A little flashback right there.
And this is what we're doing with CMA right now.
Virtually.
We're virtually, but eventually we're going to bring that experience back.
Oh, that's the whole goal.
That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. That was a very enjoyable evening. And Justin, you got my back, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
Right on.
So there you have it. A very interesting dialogue session. Thanks to the guys at BB Distribution for that. A different take on, discussing some important items that are relevant right now in our industry. That's it for this session. I'll see you on the other side, continuing live coverage with the BB Distribution Showcase here on day 5 of CMA Industry Week. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.